What is something you are hiding from everyone you know? 15 years ago I won $100 on a scratch lottery ticket and never told anyone. Update. Thanks for all the nice comments everyone. One thing that was really helpful is that I was actually traveling for work and I stopped at the gas station to put gas in the rental and picked up a lottery ticket. This will probably narrow it down, but it was in a state where they don't release the names of lottery winners, plus the fact that I was about 3,000 miles away from where I lived on the East Coast, so even if my name had appeared in the newspaper or on the Lottery Commission's website, it's unlikely anybody would have seen it. I was actually doing okay financially at the time, but I did use some of the money to pay down my credit cards and also was able to put a down payment on a new car which I desperately needed. The rest I put in investments and then put about $10,000 aside as an emergency fund, and to this day I still have that $10,000. It's nice to know that it's there should something catastrophic happen. I'm not happy. I'm just friendly. Literally, I get told all the time that I always have a smile and that I'm lovely. I smile and be lovely because it gets me through the day and it's my personality, but it does not nowhere near reflect my happiness or my internal feelings. My wife and I are about ready to divorce. I hope things get better. Chodder boy. Had to do a double take of commenter's username. The amount of days I'm actually happy. Living with PTSD. It's pretty easy to fool people I'm happier than I am. I suffer with PTSD too. I've had times when it goes away with counseling, but the last 6 months has been brutal. I get stuck in the traumatic memories and it's like I'm there all over again. I just wanna be able to let it go. It's so tough. I wish you well and hope you're able to heal. It's been almost 19 years to the day for my trauma. In some ways I've healed, but there's parts of me that I don't think can. This account. I delete my Reddit account every time my parents and friends find out the username. This is my 4th account. I bought the expensive biscuits and I'm hiding them so no one asks me for any. Are these English or American biscuits? From the outside looking in, my life looks pretty good. Decent marriage. Grown kids. Step. Grandkids. Also, not mine. One kid of my own. Grown and lives in another state. That kid is never going to be okay. I can't pinpoint it. Works a little. Not enough. Definitely has anxiety issues. Depression. Perhaps some other stuff. I love him so much but I think about him all the time. I worry and stress. He doesn't have friends. He makes me sad. Very sad. I visit him often because otherwise I don't think he leaves his house or talks to anyone. 2 years ago I was diagnosed with incurable cancer. I'm okay for now, but I don't know what will happen to him when I'm gone. I think he will kill himself, honestly I do. I don't like my stepkids or the grandkids that much. I put on a smile every day about them. I fake it every day. My husband has no idea. I have been with him for 22 years and he has no idea that I don't want anything to do with them. But truthfully, if I could easily get out of my marriage, I might. My husband cheated on me with multiple women, not relationships, escorts, for several years. He only stopped after I caught him for the 3rd time. He went into treatment and it stopped being an issue. The trust is broken. My self-esteem was destroyed. I hate having sex with him. But now with the cancer and being close to 60 and having signed a prenup that entitles me to almost nothing, I can't really leave. I hate my life. I wanted to refuse treatment when I found out I had cancer. I thought this is it. My way out. I'm so tired of taking care of people and being fake. The only reason I did the treatment was because I was afraid of leaving my son behind with no one. But truthfully, I would rather be dead. My life is sad and lonely, and I'm spending what is left of it with someone I love but don't respect. With his children and grandchildren, whom I would leave behind in a heartbeat if I had the chance. And I'm lonely and afraid. But if you saw me or talked to me, you would think I was the nicest lady with such a cool family and so much love. What a farce. That I'm worried that I'm better friends with the people around me than they are with me. It's not that I feel outright excluded or unwelcome. Just that the amount of care and effort I put into these friendships isn't reciprocated. I try to help where possible, be there for them when they are down and need a friend. I don't know that they would do the same for me. That's how I felt about most of my friends. So I just stopped texting first, and I really haven't heard from anyone ever again. Oh well, life goes on. I'm about to move to a new country, and I'm not telling anyone except my mom, which is probably as good as telling everyone. I'm trying to get sober. I don't want to tell anyone, because I'm afraid I'll fail. Edit. Thank you all so much for your support. You don't know how much it means to me that so many strangers on the internet would reach out just to tell me not to give up, that I can succeed, and sharing their own stories of battling addiction. I'm choosing not to drink today. I've joined r/stop drinking, as many have suggested. I will let you know how it goes, and even if I don't make it, you guys have shown me that I can always try again, one day at a time. I tried and failed, literally, hundreds of times over a period of like 2 years. All it takes is for one of those times to stick. It's Dad's 1-year anniversary of his passing next week, and I have no idea how I'm going to deal with it. In Jewish tradition, we light what's called a yazit candle on the anniversaries of the deaths of loved ones. It is just a candle in a glass that burns for 24 hours. You're probably not Jewish, but maybe you'd find a tiny bit of comfort in lighting a yazit candle for your dad. I'm so sorry for your loss. I am, in fact, not okay. I may play the part, I may look the part, but I'm not okay, and I'm tired of it. // I have seizures and everyone holds me on this pillar of mental and physical strength. I'm this close to breaking. You stole my exact answer. I act fine, but most days I feel like I'm dying inside. I've always been depressed for a long variety reasons, mostly traumatic events I've never talked about. I suffered an injury a few years back that left me with sporadic seizures, and it's gotten so much worse since then. Please don't break. If you need a stranger to vent to, I'm all ears. The worst part of it is going through it alone. Confiding in a stranger you'll never have to meet might relieve some of the drowning sensation. I've been craving a drink for the last month, but I refuse every time. In October I'll have 5 years of sobriety, but this season makes me want a fruity vodka drink. Edit. Wow. Thanks for the reward. You can do it. Stay strong. My horribly dismal financial situation. Same. My folks know how much I make, or don't make, for that matter, but they don't know half of the bills I pay. They're always ready to help if I need cash for something. But if I were completely honest about how much I actually need help with and have had to put off BC, I just don't have the money for it. They des bricks. That I wish my mom would just peacefully go already and stop fighting against this cancer that's taken over her body. It's a battle we are not winning, and watching her decline is almost worse than the thought of losing her. I'm with you, but mine has Alzheimer's. She's mean and violent and cried a lot because she has time. She is lucid and knows what's going on. She has had it for ages. Her mom was in end stage for 11 years when most last 18 months. I've already grieved the loss of who she was. The decline is killing us all, but her more than anyone. I wish this all the time, and when she is lucid she does too. I've been experiencing panic attacks for the last 5 years. I had this. What stopped it was Lexapro and a diagnosis of PTSD. Life is so much better without panic attacks. I'm a jealous and immature asshole with no goals or ambitions. Somehow they don't seem to have caught up on that. They have caught on, and they love you anyway. That I lie awake at night until about 4 AM thinking of every single regret and mistake I've ever made, desperately wishing I could turn back time. That's anxiety. I do the same, and I get it. Therapy has helped, but it still happens. Thank you for responding. As the original post says, I'm hiding this from everyone I know, so I appreciate your response. Makes us all feel a little less alone. I'm secretly funding a college savings account to put all my nieces and nephews through school. Nobody in the family knows about it. That's so kind of you. I'm tired of life. Not suicidal or anything. Just waiting for it to be over. Same every night I go to sleep, I hope I never wake up. That I'm agnostic. I haven't told my family because most of them are Jehovah's Witness. I grew up in the religion, and within years, I slowly became agnostic. I feel that it's your journey at the end of the day. I'm constantly getting stoned because I can't handle the current stress in my life RN, and I think it's genuinely the only thing stopping me from breaking down on the spot. Sorta in the same boat, but I'm just starting to turn to exercise and have noticed that afterwards, I do feel less stressed out. I'm not saying it will work, but it might be worth giving it a try. After all, bud is expensive, and push-ups are free. After years of emotional abuse, I barely feel emotions anymore. I feel distant, and like I'm not even here. I find myself very devoid of any sort of emotions as well. I actually fake reactions to good, bad or exciting news just to look normal. How fat I've become. I know how you feel. I look in the mirror and think to myself, I'm not eating that much, am I? I'm concerned about my aging mother. It's rough watching your parents get so old. I love Arby's. Context, I'm a black man. In doing so, I'm breaking some unwritten rule in the black community about not liking Arby's. Okay, I have to know why black people are not supposed to like Arby's. Please fill me in. I used to do sex work. I lived in New York City, so I feel like it was easy to get away with it there. When I had gotten involved, I had recently moved to New York City without having been there before, so didn't know anyone. And I didn't really have any friends aside from the one other girl that I had met at one of the clubs that was doing the same work as I do. To this day, no one in my family knows. I haven't told friends either. I'm extremely doubtful that I will ever tell loved ones, and will probably take the secret to the grave. Nobody knows what I did ages 18 through 30, and as I sit here and think about it, I don't really know what my immediate family members did when they were that age. It's perfectly normal for people to only share the portions of their life they want, and keep the remainder private. Should you tell anyone about that phase of your life? Maybe, but you don't need to, and I hope you don't ever feel compelled to tell anyone. It doesn't define you, and could impair how others see you. So I'd take it to the grave. I've been quietly making plans to change my job and move far away for over a year. I'm equal parts nervous and excited. I don't hide things. I joke about them. It's crazy what you can tell people phrased as a joke. I do this all the time. My wife knows better, but my friends just think I have dark humor.